Peace, you guys. Peace, peace, peace. If you are jumping up on this YouTube recording today, January 13th, is a Wednesday, it is because I am making a little video, little response to is Bitcoin dead? Everybody's asking that, like, is it time to bail out? Is it time to take your money out? So I'm just gonna go through and we're gonna just look at the technical analysis, right? Because we already know the things that are going on in the world that you know influence what's happening. But let's just take a look at it from a technical perspective, right? So we're looking at the Bitcoin chart right now. We're at $35,550 or so, fluctuating in that area. And we have just been on a very parabolic move. We have just been moving straight up. And think about when something is moving this fast and this hard and strong upwards. Think of it as like the RPMs on your car, right? If you're just revving the engine, it's got to take a moment to breathe. Like, whew. So that's what the market is doing right now. It's taking a breath. It's been pushing, pushing, pushing. Money's been pushing, pushing into it. So when it takes a breath, the RPMs relax, right? If we're going to do comparison, just trying to, compare it to other things. So it's like, oh, I get it. And another thing that's happening is people that got in at 18,000, 19,000, all these little levels that showed us opportunities to get in. When it got up to 40,000, some of them have maybe doubled, tripled their initial deposit, depending on how they were, if they were leveraged or unleveraged, that's some advanced stuff. But they got up to 400 to 40,000, and guess what? They took profit. They actually came on TV and said, "Hey, I got in at 20,000 and I cashed out at 40,000." So you could see that some people that are wealthy got in to kind of test the waters to see if it was real. Like, oh, well, if I buy the Bitcoin, if I transfer it back over to USD, I'm gonna get my money back. And now they got their money back, and look at price pushing back up because they didn't got back in the game. So that is something that has happened in the market. And when you think about the fundamentals of it, and not so much you know technicals or anything like that, but fundamentally it makes sense that people that got in at a good price at 18, 19, $20,000, if they're not a hodler and willing to wait for this thing to hit six figures, they took profit. And if they are a hodler and they're a strategist and they trade leverage, they took profit. Wait for price to get back at a good entry level rate. Waiting for a price to get back down to a level that is a wholesale price where they can get in at a good level and buy it right back up. And that's just how the market works. Another thing that you can think about too is that as the market is moving up, 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 some traders, we have this order that we call a buy stop. And the way that I, educate my team when they ask about what's a buy stop, what's the difference between a buy stop and a buy limit, basically a buy stop is if price is below your projected idea of where it should go, the stop is below it, so the stop is going to come through it. So let me give you an example. Move this out of the way. So if you believe that price, right, price is doing this, it's coming down to retest some areas, and you think that at this level right here where this green line is, you think price is going to come back up and just surpass all of that. And the reason why you think that is because of your technical analysis, just because you may have a fundamental bias, but whatever is going on with the way that you trade, and or when you're accumulating or you're buying off of exchanges, you're like, okay, price was here, it came down here. So I think because it's just getting more buys down in this area, it's coming down here to pick up some more orders, I'm going to place my order right here. And as it moves up through the market, I'm going to get picked up. So think of the buy stop or a sell stop as you being picked up at the bus stop, right? You like, hey, you're going on my route. You are going the way that I want to go. I want to go this way. So as you're turning around and coming this way, pick me up and take me with you. That is how I explain a buy stop. So a buy limit is a little bit different, and I can explain that on another video. But I explained the buy stop because what happened is a lot of banks and institutional players and whales, large money movers, they missed it. They were like, oh man, I missed it at 23,000. I missed it at 28,000. I missed it at 30,000. So to make things make sense, it makes sense, right? For the market to come back and get its buddies. Like, oh, okay, well, you want to get some too? Well, okay, we're gonna come back and get y'all because y'all still have orders sitting right there. And we could see that type of stuff in the market. So okay, we're gonna come back and get y'all, and then we're gonna keep on going. So, the bus was going on this route up this way. It made a U-turn. It's like, oh, we forgot our buddies down here. Let's go grab them. And then it took off. And it doesn't always work like that. That is a very elementary way to explain it. But as you work on the charts and you incorporate fundamentals, it makes perfect sense. It makes sense. It's elementary, but it's a way for you to say, okay, prices come back to get the people that they left and the orders and the institutional players and the whales and everybody that they left behind because the bus was full. They couldn't take nobody else with them. So they came back to get them and boom, lo and behold, they took off. Now you see this, I have my Fibonacci retracement tool. If you're not familiar with Fibonacci, I have an excellent teacher that I can introduce you to that can explain it all to you. He's amazing. But here you can see from the 1 to the 0, right? One, that's right there. And then 0 is right there. The number in parentheses is the actual price that's on the chart where I stopped. So the number in parentheses is the actual price on the chart where I started this. So you go from 1 to 0. So when I drew this fib out, and I drew it from an area where price, excuse me, price had shown where sellers had tried to push the price back down, like, oh no, we want to push the price down to down here. And the buyer said, oh no, you not. Oh no, you not, because we are in control right here, buddy. You see all this power we got? And you and your little bit of sale orders? No. We gangster around here. We pushing the price up. So they push the price up. So when you see what we learn as traders as an imbalance in the market, there's all these blue candles, and then here's this purple bearish candle, like, let me pay attention to this zone, right? So now you pay attention to that zone, and when price came back to get its buddies, get its orders, pick you up because you was down here, you missed the stop, what happened? Boom. Your order got picked up, his order got picked up, everybody's order got picked up, and now price is moving right back up. So is Bitcoin DOA? Is it something you should run from and be afraid of? No. These are healthy pullbacks that happen in any bullish market. That's just what happens. That is just the way that the market moves. Okay. So as when coronavirus hit America and things were shut down and Bitcoin started making its way up, it's making its way up. Look, it made its way up. Ooh, boom, it had a nice pullback. Came and got its buddies. It's like, all right, buddies, let's go. Buddies is like, thanks, man, I appreciate it. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna take some profit off the table because that was a bumpy ride getting through here. So they get up here and they like, let me take some money off the table, push the price back down. They say, all right, I'm gonna come and get the rest of my buddies around this area, right? And then they take their buddies with them. And now they're going. So now they in a big, heavy bus. The bus is heavy, it's full of buy orders. And they're, they had to stop right there. We had to let some of this go because it's just going. If you think about things in a more relatable manner, it could make trading much easier for the regular person like you and I. So I hope that this video was helpful, that, you know, there is no fear to having this market. Be patient with the market, be patient with yourself and your learning. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Peace.